Hi friends, if you haven't liked or subscribed to this page, please do so now to spread the vibe. And if you like the practice, please leave a comment below. We're going to get started today in this flexibility flow in a child's pose. So go ahead and lower your hips down towards your heels and take your variation of child's pose. Try to walk your fingers towards the top of the mat. Find some length in the side body. Bring an awareness to your breath. Just take these few moments to settle and arrive. One last breath. As you inhale, ripple forward into your tabletop position. And we're going to circle over our wrists. And if you practiced with me before, we always take the time to warm up through the wrists, warm up through the forearms. And try to find some movement in your tabletop, maybe sway the hips side to side. Just explore your range for today. As this flow, we'll be working to connect with our range of motion. And you could switch sides. You could find a cow or cat-like spine, playing with that shoulder protraction and retraction. Allow the journey to begin. Allow some form of self-inquiry. One last breath. On your exhale, tuck your toes underneath you, press back, downward facing dog. Pedal the feet out. Send your hips back and up into space. Ground down through the fingertips and inner knuckles. Engage your core. Squeeze your forearms towards each other. And as you inhale, begin to lower your knees to hover above the mat. Bottom of the exhale, begin to straighten out your legs, ripple forward, unfurl your spine piece by piece. High plank pose. Drive your heels towards the back of the mat. Gaze forward as we lower down onto our bellies. Place your left hand at the 10 o'clock direction outside of your mat and the right hand at the 2 o'clock direction outside of your mat. Rest your forehead down. For every inhale, we rise, lifting the chest away from the earth. And for every exhale, we lower. Head will be last. Try to create some embodiment in your movement as you inhale to rise and exhale to lower. Maybe close your eyes as you inhale to rise and exhale, lower. Inhale, rise, and exhale, lower. One last time, inhale, rise. Pause at the top, and exhale to release. Reach your arms behind you, almost as if you're trying to grab something behind you. Lift the chest away from the earth. Squeeze shoulder blades in together. Float the legs. Find your locust pose. Hold it here for 3, 2, on 1. Plant the palms. Step back. Press back. Downward facing dog. And from your downward facing dog, gaze between the thumbs and slowly tiptoe your way over to a forward fold uttanasana. Keep your legs bent here. Sway side to side, creating this ragdoll sensation. Create this connection between your belly and your thighs. Then embrace your arms behind your legs. Keep your legs bent. Feel that stretch in the hamstrings. Then release the bind. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise or Vahastasana. Gaze up between the thumbs. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Take an inhale. Exhale, find your Tadasana. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left foot towards the back of the mat. Find your Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Grab your yoga block. Send it off towards the right side. Reach your left arm towards the sky, and we're just going to side bend towards the right. Having a yoga block really helps to bring the ground closer towards you. So you could adjust it at any level as you wish. Just feel the sensation in your left side body. Stretch out, reach out through the fingertips. Stay long. Just connect with your breath here. For 4, 3, 2, on 1. Move your block over towards the side. Find your three-legged dog. The right leg lifts up towards the sky. And almost as if you're coming into a wild thing, bend through that right leg and slowly lower down. But instead of taking wild thing, we are going to slowly lower down onto our butts. Close off the right leg. Hug the right knee in towards your chest. And then bring the right foot to the inner left leg. Push your left leg with your right foot to create a more dynamic stretch. Inhale to reach up towards the sky. And on your exhale, fold over your left leg. And again, you could keep your legs bent here. And we're just going to linger in this shape. Just find some sensation. And don't be too preoccupied by reaching your toes, Just connect with your breath. Maybe you notice for every breath you sink lower and deeper into the shape. Try to press away with your left foot. Try to point your left toes towards you. And just breathe. One last breath. Inhale, slowly rise up. Plant your palms towards the front of the mat. Find that wild thing shape. And then we're going to bring our right leg in front of us. Find your pigeon pose. Remember, if you have to adjust, move through the back foot, the back leg. And we're just going to stay upright in this pigeon for a little bit. So stay on your fingertips. Try to find a sense of calm, a sense of steadiness, a sense of ease. Maintain this upright shape for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Begin to fold over that right leg. You could stay in the forearms, or if you like, you could put a blanket or a yoga block underneath your right leg. And again, we'll linger in this. Try to feel that opening in the outer right hip. And slowly begin to rise back up. Tuck your back left toes. And we're going to come back into that wild thing shape, followed by Jani Shavasana. Bring your right foot in the inner left leg. Inhale to rise up. And exhale, slowly lower down. And we'll linger here for 7 breaths. Focus on the fold. Inhale, slowly rise up. Turn around towards the top of your mat, plant your palms, and find your way into a forward fold. It doesn't matter how graceful or how elegant you look, just find your forward fold. Send the tailbone towards the back of the room. And again, just find a sense of steadiness, of calm. You could take your yoga block and rest them underneath your forearms if you wish. And this forward fold might be wider than your usual forward folds, but just linger. Try to ground down on all 4 corners of each foot. One last breath. Begin to walk your way towards the top of the mat. Swivel all 10 toes to point towards the top of the mat. Lower your left leg down. And take your yoga block and place it underneath your forearms as we find this low lizard lunge. You could even close your eyes. You could even sway side to side. I personally like to move around in my lizard lunges, creating this opening in the inner hips. Or if you'd like you could tuck the back left toes under, elevate the leg off of the earth, and sway side to side from here. Or if not, you could just keep the leg down. Again, find a sense of calm. And then begin to slowly rise. Take your block, and we're going to place it directly underneath the left quad. Put your block at the highest height if you wish. You could even adjust the height if this is no big deal for you. And we're going to find our way into this high crescent lunge. Reach your arms up towards the sky. Imagine your quad is driving onto the block. It's not so much resting, but it's driving into the block. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Remove the block from underneath your quads. Step into your downward facing dog. Gaze between the thumbs as you slowly tiptoe your way, feet towards the thumbs. Find your way into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, or Urdhva. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands come towards the side, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, halfway lift. As you exhale, this time the right foot steps towards the back of the mat. Find your Anjaneyasana, your low lunge. Take your block, and this time we're going to place it over at the left side. Reach your right arm up above you and stretch over towards the left. Again, find this sensation in your right side body. Play around with different heights of the block if you want to go deeper. Know that it's available. Know that this is your practice. You can modify and intensify as you wish, but just don't over push it. You know your limits, your body will tell you. Just try to find a sense of ease. Reach out through your fingertips. One last breath. As you exhale, move the block over towards the side. Press your way back. Three-legged dog. The left leg lifts up towards the sky, almost as if you're entering that wild thing pose. Bend through that left leg. Lower all the way down. Close off the left leg by hugging that knee in towards your chest. Then take the left foot to press on the inner thighs of your right leg. Take an inhale as you reach up. As you exhale, fold over the right leg. Just try to find sensation. We're here for a few more breaths. And slowly begin to rise up. Plant the palms, find that wild thing. And then bring your left leg, cross it over, find your pigeon pose, side two. And you might notice that one side is tighter than the other, and that's okay. Just try to find your upright pigeon. Stay on your fingertips here. And if you have to move back with your right leg. Always move back with the back leg. And then slowly fold over your leg. This time try to feel that opening in the left outer hip. And just settle and linger. Every time we take these moments to stretch, these moments to explore active and passive ranges of motion, we build flexibility over time. And it's silly to say for people to think that they can't do yoga because they somehow convince themselves that they are too inflexible to do it. But saying you're not flexible enough to do yoga is like saying you're too dirty to have a shower. This is a practice accessible to anyone and everyone. Also try to take note of how this side may feel compared to the side we just opened earlier. Just drive some awareness to it. Few last breaths. Slowly begin to find your upright position. Tuck your back toes underneath the mat and find your way into that wild thing pose and lower your hips down. Push the left foot to the inner right thigh. Inhale to reach up. As you exhale, fold. Try to observe any differences from how this feels compared to the first time you tried it on this side a while ago. Inhale, slowly rise up. Plant your palms, and we're going to make our way into a forward fold. It doesn't matter how you look like, what you look like, how graceful it takes you to get there. Just find your way into your wide-legged forward fold. Press down on all four corners of each foot. And just linger into your shape. Just check in with yourself, how you're feeling. Inhale, slowly make your way, spin all toes towards the top of the mat. Find your low lizard lunge. Go ahead and grab your block and place that underneath your forearms if you wish, as we linger into this shape. Remember, you can move around, you could sway side to side. I personally love to move around, find some movement, find a more open position. You could even tuck the right toes underneath you. Move forwards and back, side to side. Just be exploratory in your own physicality. Bring a level of self-inquiry to your practice. And slowly rise up. Walk your feet a little closer. And then bring your block over underneath the right quad this time. And we're going to push into the block with our right quad. Inhale to reach your arms up towards the sky. Push down onto the block. For 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Place the block over to the side. Find your downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg reaches up towards the sky. Bend the right foot. Land the right foot in between the thumbs. Find your Anjaneyasana. Reach your arms up towards the sky. As you exhale, fold over, modified pyramid pose. Try to float your arms to challenge your balance like an airplane. Inhale, find your high crescent lunge. And we're going to slowly lower down our left knee onto the earth for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly send your hips back into space. Find your half splits. Adjust your stance if you need to. Drive the right heel in towards the mat. Try to reach your tailbone up towards the sky. Find your elevation. Maybe sway side to side. Maybe explore different areas of the mat or outside the mat with your fingers. Or you could just stay at center or fold over the right leg. One last breath. Slowly make your way towards the top of the mat. Find your downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg reaches up towards the sky. Bend the left leg. Ripple forward so that the left foot lands in between the thumbs. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, fold over, modified pyramid pose. Inhale, find your high crescent lunge. 5 count journey for the right knee to lower down on the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Send your hips back into space. Fold over, find your half splits. Ardha Hanumanasana. Just breathe into your shape. Find some length from the sit bones all the way through the crown of your head. As you inhale, plant the palms, find your downward facing dog. And we'll take one round of awakening yoga, Surya Namaskar A, to level out our practice. Maybe you notice that both sides are open now compared to where you were at the beginning of this class. Find a steady downward facing dog. Send the hips back into space. Ground down through your fingertips and inner knuckles. Gaze between the thumbs. You can use this opportunity to either step or float into an active squat. Inhale, reach your arms in front of you. Exhale, hands come to heart center, straighten out through the legs. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, sit the hips down low, active squat. Inhale, plant the palms, bend through the arms, look forward, either step or take the vinyasa. Take the full chaturanga push-up to high plank, knees, followed by the forearms, come down to the earth. Use your toes to push you into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll slowly make our way over onto our backs. However you get there is up to you. Take your block and slide it underneath your sacrum, that area just above your butt crack. Take it to the medium height. And melt into your shavasana. Find some support as your body melts into this block. Take as much time as you need in your shavasana. As always, it was a pleasure and honor to share this breath, this movement, and this practice with you. I hope that you are feeling more open at the end of this practice. And if you haven't, please like and subscribe to this page. Spread the love, spread the vibe, share this practice with anyone you think may benefit from it. I bow down to you and all of your